our underwriters or sponsors.
Help.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday to you out there. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host for today, Quabila Harden, along with Miss Micah Simone.
Good morning, everybody.
And some very special guests here with me today. I'm very excited to get to know more about the program, program that they're involved in on the campus of Arkansas State University. We have Miss Katey Provence, or is it Mrs.? Mrs. Katey Provence. And I'll let her tell her title because it's fairly long, not long, but I'll let her tell it. I don't want to mess it up. And we have Mr. Robert Morris, who's a student at Arkansas State. Hello. And Miss Lindy Miller, who's also a student at Arkansas State University. And they are going to give you a little more background about themselves. So we'll start with Mrs. Katey.
All right. Well, like Quabila said, my name is Katey Provence. I'm the coordinator of student services at Arkansas State. And really what that means is I coordinate volunteer and philanthropic opportunities for our students. So I advise Volunteer A-State and St. Jude Up Till Dawn and A-State United Way.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So I really want to hear more about the A-State United Way because I know you do some similar things than what the United Way does within the city of Jonesboro. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. So.
Okay.
I'm Robert Morris, and I'm a senior strategic communications major at Arkansas State.
Strategic communications?
Yes, ma'am. It's advertising, social media.
Oh, we need you. Okay. Miss Lindy.
I'm Lindy Miller, and I'm a senior at Arkansas State. I'm a biology major and Spanish minor.
Oh my goodness. So what do you want to do with your biology major?
I want to go to OT school, but we'll see.
You'll see.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Okay. There's a need for occupational therapists, I will say. And I'm sure the professor, and I'm sorry, I can't think of her name at the very moment, the dean of the college, the dean of the program.
Oh, Dr. Gruppo, I think, maybe. I don't know.
I'll find out later. But I'm sure they can use you. They'll be happy to have you. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, St. Jude's Up Till Dawn. How and when did this program become adopted by Arkansas State University?
We've had an Up Till Dawn program for probably close to 10 years now,
Okay.
but just in the last 4 years, it's become an actual Up Till Dawn overnight program.
That's wonderful.
So we were fundraising for about 10 years,
Okay.
and we've done that very successfully, but we've actually adopted the actual overnight finale program. The exciting part is what we call the real fun part. We just adopted this will be our 4th or 5th year to do that. So,
Okay.
but that's kind of the premise of the nationwide program, is that you actually stay up till dawn one night.
Up Till Dawn. Okay. And so what I want to hear from each of you, what made you get personally involved in this initiative, this program?
Well, my brother, he graduated from Arkansas State about, I guess, 3 years ago. Wow,
Okay.
that's a long time. He was involved in St. Jude Up Till Dawn on the executive board, as we are right now.
Okay.
And getting to see like his passion for it really made me want to help out the hospital as well. And also, somebody from my church about 6 or 7 years ago actually had a personal experience at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and it's been about 3 or 4 years that he's been cancer free.
That is
So I have like a personal investment in the program as well. So.
Okay. And I think that helps sometimes when you have seen someone, you know someone personally, friends or family, it just makes you want to go even harder, advocate even more for the purpose of the program. Okay. Miss Lindy?
I had a really good friend on last year's board, and she's on the board again, but she reached out to me and she said, come on, basically kind of do this for her, you know, and I was like, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll raise some money and go to the event. And I went to the event, and they played a video of a patient at St. Jude, and I had never even met the child that was in the video, but it was like I knew him, and I was like, that's where my $100 is going, and it is helping him live. And so either they have great media or I'm just a great heart. But,
I think it's a combination of both.
And so I kind of saw the faces that my money was going to, and I was like, I can't just go to it next year. I have to help make it better, because ultimately it makes their life better.
That's
So
awesome. That is awesome. And Miss Katey? Miss Katey?
Well, we used to have a different advisor for Up Till Dawn, and I kind of approached them about moving it out of their department more to fit in with our philanthropic efforts. But I will say it has touched my heart in so many ways. We've visited the hospital every year. I think I've been 4 times now. And to just see the place and see the hope that is there. It is not a sad place. It is not a place for tears. It is joyful and exciting, and you can see the families just walking through the hallway, and it's just great to know that we're a small part of the hope that's given to those families, and the laughter that they can share while they're there, and just the fun time that they can have while they don't have to worry about the financial part of saving their child.
All right, so let's talk about that. I was looking on Arkansas State University's webpage and see that back in March, you all raised quite a bit of money to help St. Jude's. So let people know when they give to, and I don't want to call it charity, but when they give to something like this, tell them where their money is going, how it's really helping the parents and the children.
I'll go.
Whoever.
So no family that is referred to St. Jude pays for treatment, travel, food, or housing while they're there. So the child gets to go with a parent, and then they will pay for them to be housed as long as they need to stay in Memphis. They have 3 different housing facilities in Memphis. One's on the campus, and then they have other ones in the community. But they pay for all their housing. They pay for all their food while they're there, so they can either eat in the cafeteria, or there is a kind of a pantry in those housing things where they can go and make food.
The cafeteria is really good.
Oh, the cafeteria is so good. All the food in the cafeteria is grown by farmers that the representatives from St. Jude have actually been to their farms, so it's really neat.
Wow.
It's all very healthy. It's really wonderful food. We've gotten to eat there several times. But they also don't pay for the travel, so if they live somewhere far off, they get to take a parent with them, and they don't have to pay for those flights or driving costs, and then anything to do with their treatment. So once you become a patient at St. Jude, you are a patient forever. So any treatment that you receive is paid for by St. Jude. So if you go back home and you need medicine, they will send your prescriptions to your pharmacy, and they will pay for them. So you will walk to your pharmacy, pick it up, and it's all free to the family. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful hospital. They call it a charity hospital combination of the two, and research facilities. So they're doing it all right there on the same campus.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Did you also get a chance to, I guess, see the research that they do, or visit the area where they research different things?
Whenever we tour, we get to see the actual hospital itself with the patients and everybody, and then we get to see, what was that one place that Chili's sponsors? I don't remember.
It's like a proton, I don't know, it's way over my head, scientific, but there's some kind of proton beam that they've developed, and it was actually the heaviest thing that's ever crossed the Mississippi River Bridge. They closed down the bridge to move it across the bridge into Memphis, but they are like using that to target cancer cells where it won't damage your other cells. So it's so cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of different buildings though that like encompass the St. Jude campus. There's one building with like 6 or 7 floors, and it's all research completely.
All research.
And also in that building it has every single country that's represented with St. Jude. I forgot how many countries that is, but it's a lot.
So St. Jude is not just the United States thing; it's all over the globe.
They have partner clinics in. I want to say there's like 17 partner clinics in different states, different countries, and they share their research freely. So everything that's researched at St. Jude is put onto a website, and doctors around the world can use that information.
That's wonderful. So is St. Jude's Hospital, the one in Memphis, is that the only one in the United States?
It's the only actual hospital, and then they have clinics that they partner with in other cities, but it's the only actual hospital.
That is really amazing.
And those clinics, they also benefit from the same, I guess, the same platform, that they don't have to pay for anything in their prescriptions and things like that.
Right. So any of the patients that visit any of those clinics get all of their treatment for free.
Sorry. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
So, whenever you started your personal endeavors about it, or your personal, I guess, approach to it, what would you say to those children? You know, if you had a chance to, I know you probably had a chance to meet them because you mentioned it earlier, but what would you say to those children if they were yours? You know, how would you respond to that, given that you know all these great things about St. Jude?
Like about just like hospital itself?
The hospital itself, or whenever they come up and they are being charitable and going into different things of that nature.
I would definitely introduce them to basically how great of a place it is, because it's been such a close thing to my heart for so long. I would definitely basically just tell them that this is one of the best things you could ever get involved in, especially up till dawn, because it's something that you can personally give yourself to. So yeah, it's the coolest thing ever.
Okay. All right, so let's get into talking more about Up Till Dawn. What is it? What goes on during this time frame? We know sleep is not going on. Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Okay.
Well, we have it in March, and so we get there around 11:30 in our Red Wolf Center, and everyone signs in. They get with their teams, and I would say it starts at midnight, the real deal. And we're there for 6 hours, and we just play a ton of games, and we'll have a silent auction, and all of that money will again go to the hospital. We get donations from throughout the community of things we can auction off, and then we have tons of games, and each hour we dedicate to a sponsor, and so they're actually who help us put on this event. But just tons of games, tons of fun, zero sleep.
Zero sleep.
Lots of pizza.
Yes.
And coffee.
And coffee. Have you ever caught anyone trying to sit in a corner and like doze off and take a nap?
Oh,
Every
no.
once in a while.
Not on my watch.
On your watch, all right. Miss Lindy is watching.
It's basically a huge party for the fundraising throughout the year, because we started fundraising about a month ago for this year.
Okay.
So it's really like 10 months worth of fundraising culminating into one night.
Okay.
So really just celebrating how much money we've raised for the kids of St. Jude.
All right, so take us through what a fundraising year is like. What are some of the events, activities that are involved?
Do you want to go?
Sure. So our executive board usually starts fundraising first. So they started in May, and they each have a personal goal that they're trying to reach throughout the summer. But throughout the summer, and especially when school starts, we'll start recruiting other teams.
Okay.
So other students, faculty, and staff that want to fundraise on their own, they sign up in a team of 6. They can fundraise individually if they'd rather, but we like to kind of make it a team thing, make it kind of competitive.
Okay.
So we will start recruiting those teams really heavily in the fall, and then throughout the year we'll have different fundraisers like benefit nights at different restaurants, or we've done what we call Bail Me Out, where we lock up some campus celebrities and they have to sit in the union until they reach their
Until they're
fundraising
bailed
goal.
out.
Yeah.
It's
So
really cool.
last year we locked up Dr. Shane Hunt, the dean of the College of Business.
And Miss Rebecca Oliver, actually,
And
that you're
Rebecca
talking about.
Oliver,
She's in there too.
So we found some campus celebrities, locked them up. That's a fun event. We also have a lot of student organizations that will do events for us. So Alpha Gamma Rho hosts Greek Rodeo, and all of that money goes to Up Till Dawn. We've had
Candy
several
grams with Alpha Gammon, aka on our campus. It's the week of Valentine's Day, and you can buy a little bag of candy and have it sent to you or your Valentine, I guess.
Okay.
And all that money benefits St. Jude. If I buy them, I mean, they're for me, but you know.
No, that's right.
Yeah, so this year we're hoping that even more organizations will want to start an event like that they'll do every year. We've had anything from pumpkin carving to benefit night at Fazoli's.
My favorite, honestly.
Yes.
We might have a dunk tank event in the fall.
So all of that fundraising all goes into the main total. So we do those small things all year long to try to reach our overall total, but we encourage each participant that signs up to raise $100. And so it sounds like a big number at first, but when you think that if you sign up in August, you have until March to reach $100, and you could skip a few fast food meals.
Yes.
We also have a thing now where someone can sign up to donate to your fundraising page monthly, and it will just come out of their bank account. They don't even have to think about it. So it's great for mom and dad to sign up to maybe give you $10 a month.
That's a really great idea, because we can waste $10, like you said, at a fast food restaurant. You go through, let's just say, Panera's or one of those, sandwich or cafe shops. You're going to spend about 10 to 12. Oh wow. Okay, so tell the community, since we are a community radio station, we're always trying to help bridge the gap between Arkansas State and the city of Jonesboro and the surrounding communities. How can the community get more involved with helping you all with your initiative?
Our St. Jude fundraising page is it's right there, astate.edu, or fundraising.stjude.org/astate, and it should have everybody's fundraising page on that page, and you would be able to donate to somebody's page, or even donate just to the cause itself, and I'll write that down real quick. But it's a really cool way to get involved within the community, because it helps people that are like, Memphis is really close, so it's awesome to be involved in
surrounding communities.
Yes.
Or just stay tuned for our benefit nights. Go and get some fazoli's.
Okay.
I mean, I help you, you help me.
Or some candy grams.
Stay tuned for the week of February 14th, everyone.
All right. So tell the listeners and viewers out there a little bit more about the patients that you see. We hear some of the common stories, leukemia, cancer, but I know without giving away, personal, information, but just kind of give them some more about what you have seen and experienced going to the hospital.
I have a good story. So last summer, we sent 3 students or advisors to what we call Collegiate Leadership Seminar, and St. Jude hosts that for college students that are fundraising around the country. Each school gets to send 3 or 4 representatives to come and learn more about how to do things, about they get to tour the hospital, things like that. So we went last year, and we got to listen to a panel of patients and their parents. So it was about 4 patients, and each one had their mom with them, and so it was really neat to get to hear their personal stories of how they had been helped. But the best one was a teenage girl, I believe her name was Emily, and she said she absolutely could not wait to finish her treatment and graduate high school because she wanted to do Up Till Dawn, and that was her goal, was to be part of Up Till Dawn, because she had seen how that had helped her and helped her family. And so it was just so cool to see her say that she wanted to be doing what we were doing. And it was really neat to see that she had progressed so great through her treatment, and that was going to be a possibility for her. She was going to be alive to graduate high school and to be part of Up Till Dawn because of the treatment she received at St. Jude. So it was such a cool story, brought tears to my eyes, and just loved hearing how much she wanted to be a part of giving back to the place that had given so much to her.
That is wonderful.
So it was really cool. And I think the video Lindy was talking about was Mason.
Yeah, it was Mason.
Oh, good.
Let's not talk about him.
Okay.
Tears will flow.
Yeah.
It's like if Mason's like fishing with his dad.
Yeah, fishing with his dad, and then they showed him at the hospital,
And getting to like walk through the hospital, all of the children have the best outlook on life.
Okay.
Like there's literally never a sad face in the hospital. They're all smiling. It's just really awesome to see how their outlook is so positive whenever they've faced so much adversity at such a young age.
Okay.
So that's one of the coolest things to me ever, going to the hospital and just seeing that they're just such happy children.
That's wonderful.
And in the hospital, they all ride around in red wagons
instead
of wheelchairs, and it's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Oh my goodness.
It's so cute. They have little padding in these wagons, and they just roll around all over the place.
Like your typical.
Yeah. Like they sanitize it and put a little thing over it, and then when you walk in, you just open it up and use it just like it's a wheelchair. The kids are all in them. It's so fun.
That's
so cool.
wonderful.
That changes the whole dynamic of
Yes.
going to the hospital, especially as a child. And the
Yes.
fact that they do keep them happy and upbeat, that increases their chances of progression.
And when you walk in St. Jude, everything is so colorful. Like there's different wings. Like there's one that's like a winter wing, a spring wing. I don't even know how many different types of wings there are, but there's like all these paintings. It just like makes the children so much like keeps up their positive attitude, I think, as well. It's not like a normal hospital at all. It's not bland. It's really just eye-popping, I guess.
Happy colors.
Happy
Yes,
colors.
happy colors.
I'm sure that really does help to increase the mood. It wouldn't mind anyway. All right, so we're going to get ready to take a break here very soon. When we come back, we're going to get into some statistics, and some more information concerning the Until Dawn and then St. Jude's as a whole. And then we'll also get to talk about how Arkansas State University has partnered with United Way and what you all do on the campus. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. We're speaking with Mrs. Katey Provence, Mr. Robert Morris, and Ms. Lindy Miller from Arkansas State University. And we're talking about St. Jude's Hospital and Up Till Dawn. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Moms, what bad habits do you need to break? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. We all make bad decisions sometimes, but when those bad decisions happen over and over, they lead to bad habits. Here are a few common bad habits that moms may want to break. First, break the habit of telling your child, "I'll be right there," and then forgetting about it. If your child doesn't get attention from you, they may go looking for attention in the wrong places. Second, break the habit of spending money without a plan. Be sure to come up with a wise budget you can stick to. Finally, break the bad habit of putting your kids first and your spouse second, because a meaningful relationship with your husband is the best thing you can do for your kids. Remember, your family first.
For more resources on today's topic, go to markmerrill.com.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Support for KLEK is brought to you by
Fullness of Joy Ministries, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, under the direction of Bishop Adrian Rogers and co-pastor Susan Rogers. www.fjministries.org.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We got caught up in our off-air conversation. We almost missed coming back on time. So, okay, again, we're speaking with Katey Provence. Robert Morris and Lindy Miller from Arkansas State University, and we're discussing the St. Jude Up Till Dawn program. So, in the first part of the show, we were talking about their experience with why they got involved, the children they've encountered, just the overall experience of visiting the hospital. So now we want to get into some statistics, and not, to bring the mood down, to be somber about it, but, okay, this is where your money is going. This is how many children are affected. Here are the numbers. So let's get into some numbers.
Okay. So treatments invented at St. Jude have pushed the overall childhood cancer survival rate from 20% to more than 80%. St. Jude opened in 1962, and so the childhood cancer survival rate was 20% at that time. Now it's over 80. And their goal, St. Jude's goal in the next 10 years is to push that over 90. And really their motto is that they will not stop until no child dies in the dawn of life. That's their kind of motto, and they will continue to serve those families until the survival rate is 100%.
Of course we know that medical technology has increased tremendously from the 1960s to now, but as far as also contributing to the survival rate, do you think it's because of the research that has been done, or they now recognize how I'm sorry. They're now able to recognize the different types of cancers or other diseases, and they now know how to combat it or fight it head on.
Absolutely.
I think it's definitely that, but also, I mean, the best doctors are at St. Jude, so not just the technology, but it's the people there. I mean, they want to, they have the drive, they have that mission, you know, so it takes those people and the technology, I think.
And the really cool thing is the researchers and the doctors are working together. It's all simultaneous. So research that's being done is being brought immediately into the hospital room. It doesn't have to wait because they're on the same campus. So a researcher can be researching a specific child that's being treated, and his treatment can be changed based on that research.
So the research is done individually based on the child and the circumstance that they're in and their medical history?
Yes. So every child is being researched while they're there. St. Jude only treats things that they are researching currently. So the children that are there are things that are being researched on a daily basis, and their labs are open 24 hours a day. So those researchers have the freedom to come and go, and all of that research is being paid for through these funds as well.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's get into some more, I guess, facts, figures.
What else do we have here? So I said families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food. But they also, 75% of the costs of St. Jude are covered by public donations, by just you and me and the average Joe. So 75% of the $2.2 million every day it takes to run that hospital are covered by just your average Joe, average person who donates. The average donation is $35, is that right? And that covers 75% of their costs. The other costs are grants that they receive, things from businesses, sponsorships. They have a lot of corporate sponsors, but 75% are covered by public contributions.
And it's $2.2 million a day.
Yes,
every day.
And that just covers the salaries, the equipment, just running the facility. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that is a huge number. Do they receive any federal funding or anything?
To my knowledge, they don't receive any government funding at all, unless it's a grant that they've applied for.
Was it their choice not to receive? Was it a choice of St. Jude's because of how they set the hospital up? They didn't want, I guess, outside influence.
I think so, because Danny Thomas's goal was that a child should be treated no matter their race, religion, background, ability to pay, any of that. Danny Thomas was actually really on the side of integrating and all of that during the 60s, and so this was the first integrated hospital in the South. And so it really was that he wanted to be able to serve anyone, no matter what, without those restrictions. And so I think that was part of the kind of mentality of let's not use government funding because we want to be able to serve who we want to serve.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I really pray that this continues like forever. Like that the people that are involved continue to share their love and their joy and share the purpose of this, why this hospital was started in the first place, and that this initiative never died down.
The facility itself is very inspiring because I kind of wish that they did the same for women. Women's health and things like that. You kind of can prevent some of these children from ending up in St. Jude if we take care of the women in the forefront. So
yes, better prenatal care.
Yes,
or just women's health. Women, even before they become pregnant,
absolutely,
treat some of those issues beforehand. That's awesome. Maybe you should go into research.
You're gonna be the next Danny Thomas.
All right. So let's talk about what's the next upcoming event. I mean, have you already done Up to Dime?
We did for this year.
Okay.
That was back March 10th, I think.
Okay.
But our next Up Till Dawn is March 9th,
Okay.
2017. It should be on a Friday, so it's a long ways away. But we're still fundraising as early as we can to raise money for those kids.
So what's the next event you have coming up that people can get involved in?
The big thing we have right now during the summer months is sponsorships.
Yes.
Lindy is one of our sponsorship chairs, so
Give
I'm
me
sure
your money, everyone. Give me your money.
I'm sure she would love to talk to anyone about that.
And she can speak Spanish as well as English, so hey, she can.
English is preferred, but I will understand it, yes or no.
So she'll talk to anyone about sponsoring. So when you go to talk to people, do you have, I don't want to say a press packet, but, you know, pretty much a packet of information, okay?
Yeah.
Which they've given me a copy. I will leave this here in the studio. And so when you try to encourage people, what is maybe one thing that you say is the driving factor that says, okay, the people say, okay, I'll give?
Well, being a co-sponsorship chair, my main goal is to always kind of try to let them see how I saw it as I've been donating to St. Jude since I've been in college and a part of Till Dawn since then, but whenever I actually went to the event and saw the face and saw the children that my money was going to, it wasn't a good cause umbrella for me anymore. It was a child's face. It was a person, and a guy I went to high school with actually got diagnosed with a late stage liver cancer and went to St. Jude, and he's in remission now, and so that was someone I even knew. And so just kind of trying to let them imagine if it were their daughter or their son or their best friend or someone they graduated with. It's not just to look good. It's not just to say, here's a tax write-off. It's this is a human, you know.
Yes.
Right, so do you try to also encourage people? It's one thing to give to a charity, but you need to be personally invested in that particular charity. You need to, like you said, get to know the faces and the names of the people that are involved. A lot of people give to charities because they think, oh, I'm doing the right thing, but that's all they're doing is giving. You know, they're not looking at the bottom line and seeing the bigger picture of, okay, what is this charity doing for the people? Who is it serving? So I would love to see more. I want to see more people get more personally involved, like you said, get more personally
Create
involved.
a team.
Yeah,
See ya,
create a
watch
team.
night.
How do you create a team?
You can log on to fundraising.stjude.org/astate, and it'll walk you through the process. It is step by step. I want to join a new team, create a new team, and the first person to make that team becomes the team captain, and it walks you through that process step by step. It's really easy. You just have to have an email address. And then it gives you an entire fundraising center with tools on how to send emails, how to send letters.
Post to your Facebook or your Twitter. And once you become a team captain, we actually have a chair for that too, and she'll stay connected with you and keep encouraging you to help not only you raise your money, but your team too. So we're really trying to not just make it little pieces of our puzzle, but one big picture, I guess, and that we're all connected through the whole year, you know, so we just want them to stay on track so that we can ultimately do our main goal.
So that team, since it's, I guess, done through A-State, could my parents and my siblings also do so if they were on a different campus, or how does that work?
They could create an account if they wanted to. We're not going to turn anybody away for sure. But they could also, it makes it really super easy for anyone to donate to your account. So if you made one, you could send your link. You could personalize your link to be your name. And it would be stjude.utd.org/your-name. And that makes it really, really easy to send that. We've had a lot of international students get involved, and that's how they can get their family involved because it's all internet based. You don't have to exchange a check or cash. We'll obviously take that money, but you can do it all online. So it's really easy for people to give from anywhere. You don't have to be right here in Jonesboro to be part of it.
Okay. I think we got some wheels turning. We might have to start a team here.
Yeah, that'd be
awesome.
KLEK team.
Yes. We're always looking for ways to get more involved and connect with the community. I'm a parent, so this is something that hits close to home for me. I'm very grateful that my child hasn't needed major medical care, but he had a four-wheeler accident, and he could have needed more care. We did have to go to Memphis. It wasn't to St. Jude's, but we had to go to Memphis because of the extent of his injury. So it could have gotten worse. So I'm really grateful for places like this in the event of, something gets worse. There are children who can't get the help that they need, families who can get some reassurance that my child is getting the care they need by the best doctors in the world, compassionate doctors. That's what we need more in the medical field as well. And not to say there are not compassionate doctors out there. We need people who really care, have a passion for helping the children and the families get better. Not just, okay, I'm just fixing this issue and I'm getting a paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to go there. Okay, I'm sorry. But I do want to also talk about, we can talk about St. Jude's all day long. We definitely want people to get more involved. You know, look inside your heart. Go watch some of these stories. I'm sure there's plenty of stories online. St. Jude's website.
Their YouTube. I think
YouTube.
they have a lot of YouTube.
Okay.
They just posted something last week about their research on sickle cell disease, and it is so interesting. So if you have a minute, go find St. Jude on Facebook and just look back. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. I just shared it with the students this morning because I read it, and it's really interesting. So they're studying not only childhood cancer, but sickle cell, all diabetes, all types of diseases. They even help to research the flu shot every year, what that strain is going to be. And so it's just so interesting. You could read for hours probably and watch a million different videos. But if you find them on Facebook, they have some really great info about all the things that they're researching.
Yeah, they're really advancing with their sickle cell. I think in 2003, they were one of the top comprehensive sickle cell centers by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. So there's a lot of good things, not just cancer. I guess we're trying to cure it all, but you know, one step at a time.
Yeah.
And sickle cell is one of those diseases among many that it's puzzling. Like, how does one get it? Is it curable? You know, what are the treatment options? I know several people that have sickle cell, and they really go through some highs and lows with this disease. And I know one person personally, when I say knew, he passed away because of complications from this disease. So this is something that really needs a lot more research, and you know, people need a cure and better treatment for this. So, and again, along with everything else that's going on, I would love to see a cure for the different cancers and leukemia and whatever else children face. You hate to see any child suffer with anything.
Well, it's written, you know, whether you're religious or spiritual in any way, it's written that any disease has a cure. And I honestly believe that, especially if we can merge into holistic efforts, you know, more so than the chemical ones, then I think we'll spin a little faster.
I would love to see some more natural, you know, but, you know, we're not going to get into that conversation. But I do appreciate the research that the doctors and, you know, other individual professionals are doing. I would love to see a cure for everything.
So what's the best approach to get someone on your team to ask them for money? Because I think I have the hardest time with that, and a lot of people do too.
Really, I post on Facebook mostly to get people to fundraise. I usually post a little tidbit about the hospital, like something cool that they might not have known before.
Okay.
And then I say, and you can have you can have a hand in this as well. Go to my fundraising page, donate. Just getting them more aware of how great St. Jude is.
Yeah.
I think it gets them more invested in the organization as a whole.
Such as sharing those stories about the sickle cell anemia and things like that.
Okay. And we have a few Facebook shout outs. I have people who are watching. My auntie in California, Frida Snipes Lauren, Miss Lauren Ann Bassey or Bassey, and Dwayne Harding says, "Good morning, beautiful people." Good morning to you, Dwayne.
Good morning.
Alrighty, so let's talk about transition a little bit, and not to take away from St. Jude's, but you also are involved in United Way.
Yes.
And so, which is also another, charitable organization, because United Way in Jonesboro is the umbrella for many nonprofits here in Jonesboro. So how do you incorporate United Way on Arkansas State University's campus?
We have created the first Student United Way in the state of Arkansas. It's really awesome. We've had it for about 2 years now. I think this will be our 3rd year. We call it A State United Way, and those students are going out and serving at United Way funded agencies. And they also do a fundraiser each year to support youth education programs through United Way. So things like City Youth, the Learning Center, those types of programs.
And, that event, I'm actually the summer intern for United Way this summer. So I'm going to be in charge of the United Way dance event, which we're actually going to have headphones in the same place that we Settled on the Red Wolf Center, and we're gonna play silent disco, where you hear and you have music in your ears, but nobody else can hear it outside. So you're just dancing by yourself, and it's kind of weird, but it's a lot of fun.
So, do you give out headphones to the people? They bring their own Bluetooth device?
We give out headphones, and we just. We dance, we dance, and
they have to fundraise.
You have to fundraise to get into the event. It's kind of like Up Till Dawn. You have to fundraise $50 to get into the event. That is November 10th.
Okay, we need to.
Yes.
I actually saw a video on Instagram, and it was kind of odd because people were dancing.
It's really fun.
But you can't hear any music, externally. You can only hear.
It's really cool.
It's even better when they start to sing.
They're like yelling out. They're off pitch.
Yes,
it's so funny.
Luckily, the lights are off because each station is a different color. My saving grace, because you don't want to see these moves. I promise.
And also, shout out DJ King Vic will be at both those events.
Yes,
so
I love King Vic.
Yeah, he is awesome.
He'll be at both United We Dance and Up Till Dawn.
Okay, so we definitely need to stay on top of when that event is going.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh my goodness,
that's the best way to dance, though. Just to get in the zone.
Like hopefully no one is watching.
Yeah, exactly. And if they are, you don't care.
You're right.
Oh my goodness, okay, we're having too much fun. All right, so what are some other things that you do with United Way on Arkansas State's campus?
We have a United Way Day of Caring, where we go around the community and we basically kind of like fix up different places. Like I went to Helping Neighbors food pantry, and I helped paint their facility. I think y'all went to the food bank.
Mm-hmm. We packed commodity boxes at food bank. We had about 85 students and staff that went out all on the same day. It's kind of like a service blitz of town, and we sent them to 12 different project sites. So all places that the United Way funds a program for, and so it was really cool. We had a lot of great businesses that fed the students lunch, and everybody got a T-shirt. So we do that in the spring. So United We Dance is always in the fall, and then the A-State Day of Caring is in the spring, kind of to balance. The United Way has a community day of caring for businesses and stuff like that. So we do our own kind of student version.
That's what I was going to ask you. Does your day coordinate with their day, with the citywide day as well? But it doesn't. It's on a different time.
It's on a different time.
Okay.
But we work with the United Way, and they help us get all the programs matched up with different teams who want to go serve, and so we do kind of our own A-State where it's just staff and students and faculty going out together.
All right, give a shout out to Miss Nanette Hurd. I've been trying to get her on. I've been trying to get her in the studio, so you can plug a word in for me.
I can talk to her after this. I'm actually going in at 10. So.
Please do, because I would love for the community to get to know more about United Way. And I'm very happy to hear that you all have adopted their program onto Arkansas State University's campus. I mean, do you have a lot of student involvement? Are you seeing the numbers increase? Students getting more involved in nonprofit, charitable?
Yes,
definitely.
Okay.
It's awesome.
All right, so we're going to take another quick break. We're having such a wonderful conversation. You're tuned into Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. If you have any questions or comments, phone lines are open, 870-277-1080, or drop us a message on our Facebook live stream, and we'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. We all know what it feels like to be hit with an unexpected bill or expense. On the other hand, there are also times when money falls into our hands unexpectedly. A big tax refund, a major cash gift from a relative, a run of luck at the casino. Having a plan for unexpected income can be just as important as anticipating unexpected expenses. Just remember, debt first, saving second, and spending last. First, put at least 50% of your windfall toward paying down debt, starting with high-interest credit cards. Second, put at least 10% into your long-term emergency savings fund. And if your savings fund is fully invested, meaning you have at least 6 months of your annual income saved. Then you can put all of this 20% towards your retirement savings. As for the rest, have fun with it. Spend it any way you want. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyer.com.
Arkansas Early Learning offers child care activities and educational programs to children ages 0 to 5 that gives them a head start in life. Arkansas Early Learning is in the community at no cost. Applications at arearlylearning.org. That's arearlylearning.org or on Facebook at Arkansas Early Learning.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
Starks Auto Plaza, your pre-owned superstore, is a longtime supporter of KLEK. 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard, Starks offers clean, reliable vehicles of all makes and models. Starks also offers no-hassle pricing, friendly service, financing options with approved credit. At Starks, you're always family, and our motto is, we never say no. 870-203-9980. StarksAutoPlaza.com.
The key to making this station even better could be parked in your driveway right now. Donate your old car to us, you'll get a tax deduction, and we'll tow it away for free.
Go to KLEKFM.org for more information.
KLEK thanks Tow Daddy's Towing and Recovery for supporting our mission. Tow Daddy offers towing services for residential and commercial clients. Phone number 870-203-9920. More details available by email at towdaddy01@gmail.com and on klekfm.org. Our motto is, who's your tow daddy?
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to the last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Mrs. Katey Provence, Mr. Robert, I want to say Miller.
That's me.
Robert Morris and Lindy Miller. Yeah. I apologize. It's a him. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of information concerning St. Jude's and Up Till Dawn and just the overall scope of the hospital, what they do, who they serve. I was looking through this Stay Up for Good, this I'm going to call it a press packet, but this information that you gave, and there are different levels of sponsorships, and we won't go through all of the amounts, but I just want to make people familiar, aware of what the different levels of sponsorships are and what they include.
Well, we have quite a few. 2 of our bigger ones are letter sending parties and email sending parties. We'll have quite a few of those throughout the school year, and just to kind of illustrate what that is last year we had one, and it was benefited by one of the pizza places here in town, and it was in our humanities building, and if you just came and sent 10 emails to people you knew, then you got a piece of pizza, and your emails were, hey, I have this page, St. Jude is coming up, would you please consider donating to me? So those are financial commitments of $1,000, and your logos at the event, recognition at St. Jude Up Till Dawn event, and things all over Facebook, Twitter, great advertising. Or our smaller scales are our event hour sponsors. There's 6 available of those because we'll be up for 6 hours in March. They're $750, and your company logo will be not only sponsored throughout the year, but for an entire hour at our event. So, say Lindy Miller, whatever, wants to do 1 hour, they will continuously talk about my company for an hour. So great publicity. Thanks for you. Tons of college students or even faculty at the event. So great way to get your name out there. Or not our smallest bit, because it still helps a lot, but one of our smaller financial commitments is $250, and it's a ABCs of Cancer sponsor, and you buy a letter that is drawn by the kids of St. Jude, for instance, X for X-ray or T for treatment or something like that, and those are $250, and your logo will be on that letter, and that's at the event as well. So just a lot of different ways you can donate to our cause.
Oh, wow. And we will have this information here in the studio if anyone has any questions, and I would definitely stay on top of anything I see on Facebook or Arkansas State's page, try to pass that information on. But in the meantime, you can go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on Facebook. Like their page, follow their page, and stay on top of information. They're posting videos and pictures of some beautiful children. Oh my goodness, they're so adorable. And read their stories and see what's going on with these different children and what's going on concerning research. I see that there's a story about the Proton Therapy Center. You were mentioning that piece of equipment. So get to know more about what they're doing, what's new and happening now in research. Also, go check out fundraising.stjude.org/astate. You can create a team, get to know more about how Arkansas State is involved, and make a pledge, and get your teams together and start collecting money.
Donate to my page. We're in a competition. Lindy Miller.
She's beating me, so donate to me first, please.
Really, your money's going to go to the kids either way.
So I'm going to the kids.
So whoever, it's fine.
But for bragging rights, Lindy and Robert, we have a little small competition going on. We have another Facebook shout out from Natalie Eskew.
What a celebrity!
She says, "I see you, Katie."
Thanks, man.
So now you all are going to be celebrities around here.
I'll be signing autographs out front. Everyone.
Oh my goodness, I love your spirit. I love your attitude. Thank you so much for joining us today. We still have a little time, so any final things, this is your time to you see those telethons and you're like, okay, now drive it home. Drive it home. Tell us your whys and,
I would say one thing, if you want to contact any of us directly to ask Lindy about sponsorships or ask Robert about hosting a small event, you can go to astate.edu/uptilldawn. It's UPTILDAWN. Up till dawn, and on there you'll be able to find ways to email me, and I can get you in touch with one of the students. If you are interested in doing a sponsorship or an event, we can definitely hook you up. And there's some more info about what we do, links to different social media pages that we have. We have all the wonderful social media pages: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. You can follow
Social Media
us.
Pro. I'll shout you out on every platform.
Yes, Lindy's been trying to get a hold of Ellen DeGeneres via Twitter, so retweet.
Retweet her tweet so she can see us.
It would be awesome. So I feel like with only 22 retweets at the moment, she has not seen it, but there's hope,
All right, so which one of you have Instagram on your phone for you have Up to Dawn or?
Yes.
I do. So I could take some pictures of y'all, do some sitting here. We like to be on all social media sites. I mean, that's how, this day and age, that's how you reach people on social media. More people are willing to text or instant message you versus calling you. Nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're quicker to reply as well. We also have another Facebook shout out from Earl Morris.
Oh my gosh, that's my brother.
Hey, Rob.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you all for tuning in, Natalie, Earl, Dwayne, Lauren, and Frida. She's gonna kill me. So, okay, let's talk more about your why. Let's drive it home. Get the people more involved.
Over the past however many years that this program's been here, we've raised, I don't know how much money. Probably about almost $200,000 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Last year we were the number 9 top fundraising school in the nation.
We're number 8 right now, so keep
Yeah.
up your donations.
Yeah, we
We're
raised-
gonna move up to number 1.
We raised $75,185 last year, and this year our goal is $85,000. So we would love to have everybody a part of it this year.
And everyone is kind of like, oh, 85,000, that's a huge number, but just to kind of put it in retrospect, it is 2.2 million to run them a day. So we wouldn't even give them a day of funding. Yeah, so it's just we can definitely make 85,000 with your help. Please help. So
And our slogan, our hashtag that we always use is for the kids, or FTK. So literally every penny that you give is going to St. Jude. We're not using your money to put on our event. We're not using your money to have a good time on campus. Every penny given goes to St. Jude and to those families. So we find other funding sources for our fun and to give the students a good experience. But every penny that's given on this website or to these students' fundraising pages goes directly to those families.
All right. Well, so we still have some time left. You're tuned in to KLEK 102.5 FM. For those of you that are watching the Instagram live feed, no, this is not my phone. This is Mrs. Katey, Mr. Robert, and Ms. Lindy. They're here representing St. Jude's Up Till Dawn, sharing some wonderful information on KLEK 102.5, which is a community radio station here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. All right, so any final words, to get people involved?
thanks for listening, and thanks for your future donations.
That's money for the kids.
All right, well,
Thank you guys for having us. We really
Yes.
appreciate you taking time this morning to learn about what we do, and it really is a huge help to us to get the word out.
And we learned a lot. I'm so happy that we got the opportunity to listen and speak and just have this conversation. because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
and we want you
important.
to come perform at Up Till Dawn.
Yes, you should.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Yes! And for free. It's
All right, we'll take that.
Alrighty, so we can't thank you all enough for coming to share
Thank you.
this wonderful information with us. I really hope that people are inclined to be more involved. Think about your own family. You know, you may have a child. You know, someone who has a child, someone who may be dealing with something that cannot be treated on a local level at a local hospital. They have to go to one of these research hospitals. So I really pray that everyone out there listening, a light bulb is going off and say, okay, I'm going to get more involved. I'm going to get some people together. I'm going to start a team. Mike and I are going to work on, trying to start a team.
Yes, we are.
Here on KLEK. This is going to be one way we're going to get the community more involved. This is Micah. And this is me, Quavila. All right, we have way too much fun here. So I'm gonna end the live stream, but you can watch the video. I love how Instagram now has their videos available for another 24 hours.
That's cool.
All right. Alrighty, so thank you so much for tuning in to KLEK 102.5 FM. Tune in tomorrow. Don't know who my guest is off the top of my head. We will have you all back again sometime very soon. Maybe to talk more about United Way as more activities are coming up, and come back, especially when it's time for another Up Till Dawn or St. Jude's event. We want to keep the community informed on everything that's going on. So with that,
I want to come back and tell you that we raised $85,000.
Yes.
Or more. That's right. All right.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working